In 1999, a pilot named P.T. Shelbourne enters a pawn shop, covered in blood and holding a creepy toy monkey with a drum. He tries to explain to the shop owner that the monkey is cursed, and when it bangs its drum, everybody will be fucked to hell. The monkey plays its tune, and after a brief moment of nothing, a mouse bites through a wire that knocks into a statue holding a harpoon gun. The gun fires and impales the shop owner, then pulls his intestine out when the harpoon retracts. This proves that the monkey is cursed. P.T. grabs a flamethrower and attempts to melt the monkey. Even while burning, the monkey laughs strangely, as if saying that the curse isn't over. P.T. abandons his wife, Lois, and their twin sons, Hal and Bill. The older Hal narrates how he and Bill never had a good relationship because Hal was always a timid kid, while Bill bullied him. Lois shares a cynical outlook on life with her sons. Both of them lived with their mother after their father was gone. Their mother was always busy with work, so they spent most of their time together. They were always curious about their father, but their mother never talked about him. One day, they decided to check their father's belongings. They found a box with his military uniform. When they opened it, they saw the same monkey from the start of the movie. On the box, it was written, "Fill the key in this monkey and see what happens." Bill tells Hal they should check it. Hal, excited, turns the key in the monkey, but nothing happens. They think maybe the toy is old and broken. Thinking this, they leave it and go out, but they don't know the truth. That day, Hal and Bill had plans to go to a live kitchen restaurant with their nanny. They were excited to go. As they got into the car, Hal saw that the monkey was already there, sitting in the car. He couldn't believe his eyes. He had put the monkey toy back in the box himself, but he didn't pay much attention, and they left. Inside the hibachi restaurant, while enjoying the food, Hal hears a strange sound, the sound of the monkey's drum. He is confused. He had left the monkey in the car, so how could the sound be here? As he thinks about this, suddenly, a chef's spatula slices their nanny's throat. She dies instantly. Her head falls onto the grill. Everyone thought this was an accident, but Hal knew that this was not an accident, but something else. Hal and Bill were very disturbed by the death of their nanny, which had happened in front of them. Their mom takes them to the nanny's funeral and explains to them that life is like this. No one knows who will die and when. Now they all come home, and Hal goes to the monkey toy first and asks it, "Are you behind all this?" He was just saying this when his brother Bill came in and started making fun of him. Hal started telling him the story of the monkey, how the monkey came into his car from the box. Then he heard the sound of the drum from the car, and immediately after that, the nanny died. Bill made fun of him after listening to him. At school, Bill causes the other kids to taunt Hal because he carries the monkey around with him. Hal was angry with his brother. That's why he comes home in anger and turns the key inside the monkey, telling it to kill his brother. He was doing all this in anger. He didn't know what would happen next. As soon as he turned the key, his mom's condition began to deteriorate while she was cooking food for both of them. Her eyes, ears, and nose started bleeding, and she fell to the floor and died. According to the doctors, Hal's mom died due to a brain hemorrhage, but Hal knew that his mom's death was due to his mistake. In grief and anger, he goes home and decides to destroy the monkey by chopping it to bits. But the next day, when he wakes up in the morning, he sees the monkey in his home again. On the other hand, Bill was in a lot of shock and grief. He couldn't bear the pain of his mom's death. He didn't even change his mom's funeral clothes for 3 days. Then on the third day, their Uncle Chip came to pick them up because both their mom and dad were no longer with them, and they had had to stay in someone's custody. After this, Hal had a lot of regret in his heart. He wanted to tell Bill everything. After a long time, he finally told Bill, "Mom died because of the monkey's drum, and it's my fault. I turned the key inside the monkey in anger, and whenever the key is turned, someone dies." Unconvinced that the monkey is responsible for the recent deaths, Bill turns the key, and later, during a camping trip, Uncle Chip is killed when a stampede of wild horses tramples him to death in his sleeping bag. This incident was enough to prove to Bill how dangerous that monkey toy was. After this incident, they decided that they would keep the monkey toy away from themselves. They put the monkey toy back in its box and buried it in the ground. After doing this, all the devastation caused by the monkey toy ended. And then, after 25 years, we see Hal, who is now working as a storekeeper at a store. He had ended all relations with his brother because he was afraid that if he met his brother, the monkey would follow them and the devastation would start again. Now, Hal asks for leave from his manager because today he has to go meet his son, Petey, who lives with his ex-wife. When Hal goes to pick up Petey for their week together, he learns from his ex-wife and her new husband, Ted Hammerman, that Ted is legally adopting Petey and that they feel it would be better for Hal to no longer be involved in his life. These were his last moments with him, and he wanted to spend as much time as possible with his son. To remember these days, Hal takes Petey on a road trip. At night, they stay in a motel. Hal's son asks him about his family. He asks, "Do you have a brother?" Hal remembered Bill a lot at that moment, but he lied to his son. "No, I don't have any brother. I live alone." The scene cuts. Now, the scene shifts to a lady named Aunt Ida, who now lives alone. Hal and Bill had lived with her after their parents' deaths. Her husband also died because of Hal's monkey toy. One day, she hears the sound of a drum in her house. She feels that someone has entered her house. To check, she picks up her gun and comes out. She goes into her basement and falls through the stairs, getting a bunch of fish hooks stuck in her face. She goes to treat herself with rubbing alcohol, but she hears a noise coming from the stove. Aunt Ida places her head near it, and the stove lights up, igniting her whole head. She runs out of the house in a frenzy before running face first into the pointy end of a "for sale" sign. Her head gets stabbed into the sign, and she dies there. At the same time, Hal is having a nightmare in his motel room. Later at night, Hal gets a phone call from Bill, whom he had not seen or spoken to in years. Bill informs Hal that the monkey has returned and that Hal needs to go to Ida's house to settle her estate. While Hal is outside, he sees there was some noise coming from the air conditioner near the pool. There was a spark. The air conditioner fell far away, and the wire broke and fell into the pool. The current broke inside the pool. A woman is about to swim, but before Hal can warn her that the water is electrified, she jumps in and explodes from the electrocution, confirming to Hal that the monkey has indeed been reactivated. He orders Petey to wake up so they can move. Hal and Petey go to Ida's home, where Petey is annoyed to learn from the perky real estate agent, Barbara, that Hal has a brother. When they go into the house, Barbara explains that there have been a series of horrific accidents in the town recently after Ida's death. Barbara opens closet door, and a shotgun falls out and blasts Barbara to pieces, with Hal getting a fingertip in his mouth. It is revealed that Bill has been activating the monkey as he hired Ricky to get it for him. He has been using it in the hopes of having the monkey kill Hal, since he knows that Hal activating the monkey caused their mother's death. In his attempts to kill Hal, he has been causing the deaths of innocent people. He resolves to have Ricky kidnap Hal and Petey to try and get Petey to turn the key and kill his father. Meanwhile, the monkey also causes the death of Hal's co-worker, Dwayne, who chokes on his vape pen. Ricky abducts the two and brings them to Bill's place. Petey goes inside to meet Bill after getting through a series of booby traps, while Ricky keeps Hal in the car at gunpoint. Ricky accidentally fires his gun while scratching his head, hitting a wasp's nest. Petey turns the key, and the wasps shoot out of their nest, with the entire hive swarming inside Ricky's mouth and tearing out through his face. Hal runs into the building to try and confront Bill, But Bill is pissed off and demands for the monkey to kill Hal, even trying to force its arm down to play the drum. As a result, the monkey begins to play the drum rapidly, causing the ground to shake. Outside, Bill sees as a plane crashes into the town, killing off a huge portion of the population. When everything has settled, Hal tries to talk to Bill and apologize for what happened with their mother. After a moment, Bill finally decides to reconcile with Hal and try to be a real family. And then the monkey's arm hits the drum again, triggering one last booby trap that shoots a bowling ball towards Bill's head, crushing it. Hal and Petey leave in silence. The two drive through town with the monkey in the back seat as they see the aftermath of the wreckage, with many bodies sprawled across town. As they stop at a red light, a pale man riding a white horse, implied to be the embodiment of death, goes past Hal's car. He then invites Petey to go dancing, since Lois used to love doing that. Petey accepts. They drive off, with a bus full of cheerleaders passing by, and a truck that drives next to them decapitates all of them. And then this movie ends here. What do you think about this horrifying story? Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Until next time, stay safe and be careful what you play with.